Good morning everybody, and this is just a video, another one of mine, and today we're giving Bruce a bath, my blue tongue skink, and that is because, as you can probably capture, he's just having a little trouble shedding his skin. He is now 18 years age, so yeah, quite long. I mean, these guys can live till 20 to 25 years, so I've probably got him a little bit longer. But yeah, so I'm just going to give Bruce a bath because it's really important for the skin, for him to shed it completely, because any retained shed or stuck shed can cause infection, and can also cause mites to live under it, and lots of other parasites which we don't really want. So I'm just going to give him a little soak today. Now I'm putting him in just lukewarm water, and that's really important because obviously, being reptiles, they can't thermoregulate, so they can't heat themselves, if you like, what we're known as cold-blooded. So it's really important just to ensure that the temperature is warm enough for them to contain their body temperature, so they don't drop it too low, and then obviously result in shock and other things too. Now, as you can see, I'm just putting him in. I haven't made it too deep, so he can still keep his head above the water line, and as you can see, some of the shed, and really once I've soaked him for a few moments, I'll start to pick very carefully just the stuck shed that he's got on. So here we go. I try to release him slowly because I don't want it to shock the body too much, because obviously it can do. Now it's quite scratched, so I will just show you a little bit more about him. Now, Mr. Bruce, I've had for a little while. I've rescued him, so another of a rescue. He was beaten out of a group of females, sadly, and he got really picked on and bullied, so I took him with quite a lot of injuries. He's got an overshot jaw as well, which you may notice. He's obviously got 2 ears. Ear holes are just here, so they don't have earlobes like we do, for example, so their eardrum is very visible, and again they need to shed that, really important. So if we look here, we can still see a little bit of stuck shed just on here, and that will come off really just quite nicely, all in one. If you leave it for a long time without bathing, it can become obviously stuck shed, a little bit of an issue there. He has got a tail, so in order for that, as you can see, a little bit of sheds just come off there, so it's really important for when you're caring for reptiles to consider obviously giving them a bath, especially if they're getting stuck shed, at a lukewarm temperature. So that's a temperature that is okay, you can feel, touch, and it's not too much. And there we are, there's Mr. Bruce. But yeah, so that's really important just to get it all out, because if it does become retained, especially around the toes, they can end up losing toes, which isn't pleasant indeed. So yes, any questions, obviously put them in the comment. I'm going to give Bruce just a few minutes in the bath, and I'm going to help him peel some of that stuck shed just very gently, but obviously the water will help a majority of it, and then return him back to his enclosure to keep nice and warm. Just keep an eye on that water, make sure the temperature doesn't go too low, because if it does, then you can obviously impact the welfare and care, whether they go into shock, whether they start losing heat. As a cold-blooded animal, they have to retain it, because they can't generate it themselves, hence they need a heat bulb and other things like that, and the sun as well to bask in. But in the UK, we're not that fortunate to have lots of sun, so we have to replicate it in the care for Mr. Bruce. So this is Bruce, my blue tongue skink. Take care, guys. Catch you later.